Hello, everyone, and welcome to Gamebreakers. I'm here with the Gamebreakers crew. I have Alson and Thomas, and I have Will, and we are playing the Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition. And we are playing the module Tomb of Annihilation. Deep within the jungles of Chult, in the forgotten city of Omu, our heroes have been led to the tomb of the Nine Gods. And inside, they found, well, stuff. If you want what that stuff is, you should go back and see our earlier episodes because it would make a whole lot more sense than just jumping in right now. But I'm sure you'll have a blast even if you try. So here we go. We are in the Dungeon of Deception, right? Level 2. And I believe that Wayne had just been inhabited by a spirit. Yes.
Yep,
The,
we had a strong mental talking to, came to an agreement.
as long as it's this way, it's okay. But as you understand it, it is a voice.
Yeah, I'm a
Right.
warlock. Having a supernatural voice in my head is just the way.
Indeed. Uh, we so having picked through some of these treasures here, right? I think we noted the amulet of health here, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, just some specifics. Yeah, the amulet of health. That's what
What
has the
specifically I
spirit.
touched that did the thing.
The spirit of Papa's awful tries to inhabit any character who touches his amulet of health. So I gave you the card, right? And I think you checked those things out. Yeah,
Yep.
excellent. So now that we're same page here, um, none of the traps have gone off in the room, and seeing how this works, right? You all find some interest and insight into magic and magical traps as we, apparently bowing at the statue allowed you to not enact this over here. We'd also found a secret room here to the east with Chippy have heard a murmur from a bottle. And uh yeah, I'll let you guys take it from there.
Chippy, you were casting the comprehend languages ritual, right?
Yeah, I believe I did that. Yeah. Actually, I think I had done it earlier. And so then I tried to read some of the runes in the larger room in when we were trying to figure out about before you had the genius idea to bow to the faceless one. But I mean, it is still in effect. So if anyone has any ideas what to read or listen to.
Well, you did hear a voice in the bottle.
Now, from there, I believe there was also I think Roken had mentioned or had noticed that there was something like traffic through this hallway over here, but seemingly into the dead end.
Yeah, I want to look at that more. Anyone want to help me with investigation in this through these cobwebs and dirt?
Zako would volunteer. I'll keep an eye on you.
Chippy, do you want to handle the orb, or do you want to handle the bottle on the shelf? We have an orb of Gray Slot commanding. It's supposed to be around here.
Yeah, I think that I was carrying the orb.
Yeah.
I'm happy to do something with the bottle, but
Close. It's
Go
like
ahead.
right there.
I'll handle the orb. You've got the language thing. See if you can figure out what the bottle's.
All right. Is there a roll for that, Shogun? To perception, maybe?
So I just want to make sure I'm following along here. You use the ritual for comprehend language, is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Got 28 on that.
Roger that.
Investigate.
Following along.
Guidance.
The literal meaning of any spoken language you hear, and any written language that you see, but you must be touching. About a minute to read one page. Okay.
I like the 1 hour with no concentration part.
Right? That sounds great. All right, so first we have the investigation, which takes some time, but is solid, and you do find the hidden door access there. I think you would find this probably before the 10-minute ritual is complete, but I'll let you decide how you proceed.
Yeah, I will let them know, but we can wait till the ritual. There's a door here.
You find the
Uh,
activation. You're pretty sure it's these things. You know, you don't
I'm
have
not going
to
to touch it for now.
Right. Okay, so there's the muffled voice that you hear coming from the bottle, and you finish the ritual. And as Chippy completes the ritual, hear the intent coming. And the voice is, I'm stuck inside. Are you going to let me out? Look, I'm over here. Look, I'm waving my arms. Can't you see me?
Is there anyone waving their arms?
And with your, with a glance, you see that there is a very small person inside the bottle, and they are indeed like waving their hands, like, help, let me out, I'm trapped.
And where was this?
So this is here in this room, on this little alcove here.
Oh.
Right. There was a
What does
bottle,
this creature look
like
like?
like literal, like a bottle stoppered, and it's dusty, cobwebs, and there was a muffled voice. You ignored the voice. Chippy checked it out, started doing the ritual. So now that the ritual completes, Chippy understands the voice.
I will I will relay anything that the being says. I'm gonna try common. Hey, what are you doing in there?
And the voice is, uh, oh, you hear me? Finally, someone. You gonna let me out? Or maybe kind of get some of this dust off so I can at least see better.
Well, if we let you out, are you gonna eat us or otherwise hurt us?
I'll let
Just
him
kind
answer
of
that.
stops for a moment, and I can't understand you.
I'll use prestidigitation to remove the dust.
Could I make some kind of roll to check on what this thing might be? Right, some little undead homunculus. I don't know what this is.
Okay.
I'd ask what knowledge roll it is, but it doesn't matter because I don't have any of them.
So we could do a history or an arcana. I think these things could try to help us understand what we're.
I got a 13. I'll go with our history. Better arcana.
Okay. This seems to be a type of earth elemental.
Oh.
Kind of the basis of your story, the genie in the bottle.
I noticed, Roken, that you cleverly did not rub the bottle. You must have some wisdom there.
I did consider that might be a trap in some kind.
So as the dust clears, you see a woman inside, humanoid. You recognize the type with your role there, Wayne.
Now, if I were to boil it down to the children's movie Aladdin, is this a blue genie or a red genie? Because I know that there's a lot of variation in how genies view philosophy.
I got it. Does it have eyebrows like a Vulcan, or
goatee or no goatee?
Just assumed she had a goatee.
Has he made any 80s references?
All right, so this is you would believe to be a blue genie. That is, they're consistent. But they keep their promises. That is part of their origin. They do have abilities and power. They are casters. They have access to magics.
it's blue? Is it by any chance a blue genie?
So it's an earth elemental, and a neutral evil earth elemental caster.
Neutrally, that's where I was going for the blue or the red. Is this a good genie or a bad genie?
So neutral evil, huh?
So all of the Tao, all of the genies are neutral evil elementals.
Okay.
All of them.
All of them.
So it's not like there's particular.
I couldn't catch you. I didn't hear you on that.
Oh, I just I think it might be the that are Wayne sure does. I will through the psychic link urge a little caution to the group. Oh, it's, careful with the deal here.
So in that, it is, the female figure in the bottle, continues waving for attention and to speaking. Like, would you please let me out? Like, I'll trade. Like, I have pretties. She like pulls a bauble hair piece out. Is this nice? Do I'll do this if you let me out?
I'm going to say on the telepathic link, I really, I don't like leaving things in confinement, but I mean, evil things is different.
I mean, unless we think there's something we could sell it for, I think we just move
Well,
on.
let's see what we can bargain. I mean, it's been stuck here for God only knows how, or Moon only knows how long. We can maybe knows something.
Amongst those voices that respond, among the psychic link, I would zoom in on Chippy, and you do hear truthful Noah speak. You don't want to break any kind of bargains that you make with a Dow. And there's a second voice that speaks from the proud Papazotl, who encourages Wayne to treat the Dow like it's like a servant that it is. Or it
Pipe down, you.
You gotta treat him like a servant. Lick spill. And as those other voices pipe in, the voice continues. Maybe I would offer my help or something. Oh,
It's
she sighs and into a heap. I was trapped here by Asarak, and I mean, if I had my freedom, I would certainly try to. Well, I would help you whatever you're facing, but I would also certainly try to take out my revenge.
and over the link, I'm just gonna say, hey guys, I think she's been here so long she forgot how to negotiate. She's bargaining against herself right now. Let's just let her keep making offers. Well,
I mean, if it's true,
they're kind of like Faye and I mean, like the deal has a big is power for them. Like, right? That's why we don't want to break it because
yeah.
some magical chutzpah in there.
All right.
I say we make a deal. I think the more the merrier.
Yeah.
In our at no point in this in this expedition have we seen somebody and say we don't want them to join our band.
Well, I mean, except the child trapped in the crystal skull, but that wasn't necessarily. Yeah. Okay, so I'm reminded of the words of the great wizard. Was it Isaac Asimov? Number one rule: you can't harm any humans. Number two rule: well, I forget it, but they end up harming humans.
Well, we should
none of us are human.
And none of yeah.
Oh, cool.
It's all this human supremacy we're suddenly talking about.
Right, not a single human in the party. But definitely us and our allies. With the full benefit of all of their power.
Oh, can we make part of the deal that they have to tell us at least one interesting story at a maximum of, I don't know, 10 minutes long?
Well, always ask for something you're willing to bargain. So sure. but she doesn't understand it when we speak. It's right. We can understand her, but common, she's getting it. Was that correct?
Well, that's what she wants us to
tells
think.
you that them elementals of Earth tend to speak a form of primordial according to their plane. Thus, an Earth elemental would speak Terran.
Right. I just mean the comprehend languages, I guess, comprehend, but does not. She doesn't also understand. Okay. Well,
I got another spell for
you
that.
could write something. Right? You're able to write in the languages?
Read.
Ooh, a written contract.
Yeah.
Read. It lets you read.
I mean, oh, different.
I mean, it is, but it's also, you understand the literal meaning of
Yeah.
any spoken, any written language that you see.
Right.
It doesn't decode secret messages in a text or a glyph or an arcane sigil. That isn't part of a written language. But yeah, no speaking.
Now, tongues is a third level spell. Comprehend languages is just the first.
Is tongues a ritual?
No, it's not. But I mean, we just slept. I got all my slots.
It's a first, right? Yeah. Tongues.
And it wouldn't have to be me. I can grant it to somebody else on a touch. So that'd be fun. So I'm the only one that understands, and then somebody else is the only one that can talk. So we'd have to like do the telephone game.
Tongues let you know.
So
yeah, if you want me to negotiate the contract, I can do that. Leave it to the warlock.
Yeah, I couldn't find anything in my arsenal of spells that would help with any of this.
I
sneak
feel like
around. I don't
wisdom would be.
communicate.
I think wisdom is more useful than intelligence in this case, right? Somebody with a high wisdom stat.
Charisma. Wisdom for intuition.
okay, so tongues, as we understand, the creature you touch, the ability to understand anything it hears. Moreover, when it speaks, any creature that knows one language and can hear the target understands it.
Cool. So do I begin to hear it?
Are you the subject of the third level spell tongues? Is that how we're doing it?
Anybody want a veto? Going once, twice. Okay, Wayne gets it.
All right. Then the next thing that happens is the lunatic is just behind me ribbiting guidance. Guide. And then good. We've magically crossed that barrier. You can understand me now, yes?
Oh yes. Would you out? I will give you shinies. I have some pretties. I've been
Well,
trapped.
we understand you also offered service, and we both have a common
Who's that?
Asarak.
Her eyes narrow. A common enemy, you say?
There is a machine feeding a half-born god, and somewhere in this dungeon, and Asarak may be there monitoring it. person. And if not, foiling it will definitely get his attention. Draw out.
Okay.
If we free you, will you join with us as an ally and obey our tactical instruction?
Well, I think that I am blessed to have someone come along and find a common enemy here and be willing to hear me out. He can tell you exactly how long I've been in there, and it's kind of cramped in here. Makes sense. Is there any chance you just let a fellow prisoner go? Do you have it in your heart to set free those taken against their will?
I, in any other situation, would be happy to do so. But having such a powerful being placed before me in what is for me a divine calling, were I not to bargain for your service, I would do a disservice to my patron by ignoring her blessing. I'm sure as a powerful extraplanar entity who may have empowered a warlock or two, you will understand I can't risk that sort of disobedience in such a danger. Also, I rolled a nat 20 on my persuasion.
Nice.
Love it. Guidance.
with a max on guidance and another +3 for a total.
I realize that reality and nature can be cruel and it has imprisoned me here. And then I am left to try to bargain with such small beings for my own freedom. The weight on my shoulders is heavy for this. I don't think you understand.
Oh, I do.
Well, my first offer would be that you would be allowed to grace my presence by setting me free. But seeing that you're on such a divine calling and perhaps you are higher individuals than I first assumed, I could offer you these trinkets. And they are worth a penny. Would these trinkets buy my freedom?
We are vastly wealthy. We have funded an army to get us this far. Simple gold wealth only tempt us, and they're not bar. I just like, sorry, Roken, over the
that it's like she doubles over and almost droops, and the life almost like it becomes almost inanimate with how long and disappointed that exhale and slump is. Okay, so it seems like I can, in this particular instance, be held to that ancient contract of threes. And in this, I will give you these baubles. I will offer you one free round trip there and back to anywhere in the multiverse, as well as I will travel with you through the tomb and aid you with 3 spells. Now, we will travel together and things will happen, but these 3 spells will be key moments that are important and count as those 3.
And I'll be sending all this to the group through the.
And I will do all that for 2 things: my freedom and, as you promised to honor me as the higher being that I am, and any slight to my dishonor nullifies the contract. Do not dishonor me. Do not speak poorly of me or down with me. Do not treat me
Reason.
as.
I'll confer
in
with
this
my
instance-
friends. Oh, go ahead.
Wayne, we're gonna have to know all their like customs and taboos and stuff. I mean, what if they consider it disrespectful to stand next to them breathing? I mean, this feels like too big a loophole, doesn't it? I mean, you must surely have been thinking the same thing.
Now,
Yeah,
we have
I kinda
using
was.
language. Also, there's like comprehend, and we get literal meanings and no loopholes here because it's magical understandings.
Okay.
And so there is the magical understanding that she specifically calls out. You will not insult me.
So that would be deliberate insults. Like if somebody accidentally means no harm, then that would not violate the contract.
Right. It's mad. There's not a word game here. Shragon, the GM, is telling you that there's no word game here.
All right.
But also within the setting, we have magical understandings of literal meaning through tongues and comprehend language, and the psychic, network of exchange, allowing you to use both or analyze both understandings. And it looks like in the end that she'll give you the best offer is 3 important moments plus, she'll travel with you plus do these things, but you don't insult her or it's over.
And no time limit on the free multiverse vacation.
No.
Well, that's good. That's going to be my clarifying.
There's no, and it's a round trip. I'll take you there and I'll take you back, and it's not.
Perfect.
It's supposed to be something we enjoy.
All right. So having conferred with my friends, with the understanding that our customs may differ, but our intent will never be to insult you, and if you notice something that might be a slight to your people, to warn us, and it will never be repeated. Is that amenable?
Wait, can we get the like the passenger beings? Like, I think mine Moa is not likely to say anything insulting, but like, are the gods the passengers all gonna be on board with this? I mean, they can't control our mouths without us letting them, right?
There were 2 passengers that spoke up, and one was Chippy's. Moa says, "Don't break bargains made with the Tao." They take it pretty personal.
I think I'm going to explicitly say, hey, Moa, do you agree to not insult this being while we're exist? Will you comply with this contract? And what's your name, Papa Zottle? And then who's the other one? There's one more.
Yeah, Moa and Papa Zottle. So Moa was in Chippy, and Poddle is in Wayne. Bobzal's
And
like,
Roken has one
you can
too.
do what you say. It's a servant. And Roken does have another one, which it doesn't have any particular input here.
But we can control them, right? Like if one of them decides that they want to say an insult, we can just not let them use our mouth, right?
Correct. They're just a voice. Well, voice and a flaw that would override an opposing one. But you don't have to act out the flaw, but it does override an opposing flaw, which is about the only loss of control over your character you have that you can suffer from. You are fully in control of what is said. And when these voices speak, it's just to the hosts, even though you're all in a psychic network. They can hear the host's mind, so they hear the network. But when they speak, it's only the host that hears it.
Okay.
I feel like that's not gonna be a problem with this contract, right?
No. All right. We have, however, skipped through an important part of the negotiation. My name is Wayne. This is Chippy and Roken, our companions, a fox, my lunatic frog, and Alex, visible pixie around here. We're happy to free you on those conditions. We also contain within us the spirits of several gods who are not party to this agreement, and are more or less just voices. But it is our hands that will free you, and our hand and our lips that will respect you.
I think we've struck a deal, which you can agree to by unstoppering or breaking this bottle. Because if you don't break it, I want to get out of here.
I'll go ahead and just do a claw swipe on the top of the bottle.
And I'm not sure if you're intending to uncork it like the stoppered cork it is, or do you mean to?
No, I'm going to. I'm slicing it at the neck.
All right. Without difficulty, you attack the stationary bottle and deal the damage. The bottle is unstoppered, uncorked, open. The Dow is free. There is a as a whirlwind of sand coalesces into this female warrior. Was he? Now you got a bigger view on things. And when she's out, you see her like stretch her arms out. She's like, "Oh, that feels so much better."
Like a good berry.
Okay. And with that, I tried bargaining with the other lesser creatures, but none of these other things wanted to respond. The various wights and golems that march about here. I've encountered them. There's a smart one. He seems to tell the others what to do. Fixes stuff.
We met them. Yeah.
Killed most of them.
That's good.
All the ones we've seen. Do you know your way around this place?
I have only seen this place from there. She points at the little stand in the alcove. This is about all of my perception of this place, as I was captured in my own home. elemental plane of Earth.
Well,
Which I would rush off to had I not made my promises. So I'll make sure that I do good on them. Because that's where I wish to return.
Is she standing or flying near where the bottle was?
She's standing in front of that spot here. So that you probably grab that token. Indeed.
Chippy's gonna step up to her and extend his paw and say, "Hi, I'm Chippy. Nice to meet you. What's your name again?"
Keshma.
Although,
And with a bow and a flourish, Keshma is my name.
actually, I can't actually speak her language, so that may have been pretty silly. I don't know. Maybe Wayne translates.
yeah. At least for the next hour.
Oh, it's one of those things. I see, she says. And with a verbal and somatic component, does some wizardry and then understood. Do
Oh,
you
that's some.
understand me now?
Yes.
Okay. Well, see, that makes it much easier. I suppose none of you know Taryn. Any Taryn here? Looks around. None of you look Taryn.
Not yet.
Okay. Well, anywho, with that out of the way, I will travel along edges and may see the end of this Asarak yet. Yeah.
Well, let's carry on. Broken, what'd you find at the end of the hall?
Oh, there's a door. I had waited to do anything about it till y'all were done. But looks like we're good.
You have the door there, right? And so you have found the access for it. And I think there is a handout so you can get some picture. Where is that? I'm looking at it, but I don't know why I can't. Your hand. Oh, there we go. There it is. Okay. So a new creature has joined the party in there. It's big. She big.
Oh, large creature. Oh.
Right.
Hey, nice hammer. Does it have a name?
No. Never would have thought to name my hammer. Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't name either of my rapiers either. I kind of wonder if it hurts their feelings, but they haven't said anything yet.
As we direct our attention to Roken with the hidden door here.
I will use Mage Hand and activate the door to open it.
All right. And as it opens, there's a rush of air, and it reeks of sulfur and brimstone. There are torches lit around the room in each of these little alcoves that is very bright in here. there's very obviously a large pentagram traced out in some white material, maybe salt. There's an ornate sarcophagus here. And someone's hold. I think is it still Wayne that's holding
Currently,
control
yeah.
currently? Yeah. Well, you know exactly like where this thing is. It's right in there. And upon seeing this, there are some of those voices that speak up. And so, within Roken, the cautious Obalaka thinks that salt pentagram can use more salt. You should do so.
But I don't see the slot. I guess it probably.
I mean, they're invisible. Gray slots are invisible gray slots. You have a control gem. You know.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
It's right there.
Does this thing give me any insight into like its name or anything?
Its name. That's
Does slot have names?
I'm not sure if we can describe like I mean, they're types of slots that undergo a metamorphosis, right? So I mean, they at one point they did,
Okay.
right? And the slots kind of have like a life cycle of changing into different slot types, then when they anyway. So at one point in its life,
All right.
it had
But the orb doesn't give me any of that.
It is linked to a piece of the gem that's embedded within their brain and acts as magical control. So they're kind of like I mean, they are humanoid intelligent type bits there.
Okay.
But they've put a transformation into this thing, and so it's kind of like the monster version.
Fuck it. I've still got tongues on. I don't see anything else in the room. Hey, I know there's a gray slot in here.
Did we ever make a roll about slots? I feel like there was something about the control gem, right?
Yeah, we figured out what control gem was, but I don't think we got much information about what exactly. Like, I think we just did bad on the roll. It was like it's an extraplanar chaos being, and that's kind of all we learned.
Right. I mean, they're humanoid.
We stole your control gem from your captors. Would you like to help us take them out?
You hold M and thus you command me.
There's a person in my head who wants to take advantage of it. But I'd rather not resort to that. Could we make a deal?
If you let me out of this ward, I've been warded in place. That's why I can't answer your summons. But if you just put the gem down and then break the salt circle, I can get out. And I'll destroy the gem.
Would you then help us take vengeance on the people who inhabit this this dungeon?
I think I'd probably prefer to just murder all of you instead. If the kind is to let me out and put down the control gem.
You can see how that puts us kind of at an
Crave some blood.
Well,
And
points for honesty, though.
Undead that wander around here, they don't have much of that. I mean, look, you control the stone, so clearly I gotta do what you say. You know it. I know it. If you put it down and let me out of here, I'll destroy the stone and maybe just kill one of you. How's that?
Well, I appreciate that you believe that you could, and you're formidable, I'm sure. I don't know much about your people, but I'm eager to learn in the time that we're going to have together, because I'm afraid I have to give you bonus points for honesty, and still must maintain. So I'm sorry. Ugh. I'm mostly sorry.
I mean, you get the frog people.
How about if you could? If you could kill a couple big bad guys instead of us? Doesn't that sound fun?
I travel all day, every day with a giant toad. Actually, a gray slot is kind of.
How about a nice tasty lich? We know where to find one of those.
Bite them to hurt them, not to
we
eat.
learned about control gems.
Well,
we did.
Then I will promise you that as soon as I can set you free safely, I will do so.
You would.
I don't have any reason to keep you captive, except that we are in dire straits, have a common enemy. If I don't keep you captive, you've quite honestly and in a very friendly way told me you want to eat me, and I get that. So if you don't mind, if I'm stuck in a cage with a tiger and I have a leash on, I would be a fool to release the leash until I'm out of the cage, right?
Okay, look. I know that murder is wrong. It's just that I've been, at the behest of others for some time. Too much order. It's been too long since I've slayed a Modron.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get that.
I apologize for my earlier rantings.
Is it an actual hunger thing? Like, do you hunger for blood and flesh? Because I have good berry.
Yeah, I'm starved.
Here, have a good berry.
Do you know how long it's been since anyone's been in here?
No.
Well, he takes the good berry and eats, and there's kind of like a look of a change, a less feral look goes over.
It's
Man,
worked.
myself, I'm
It's
hungry.
worked on snakes. It's worked on spiders. It's worked on dinosaurs. It's worked. Good berry, first level spell,
Oh, it's
most broken thing
aberrations.
in the.
Aberrations.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Good berry has worked on everything I've tried it. Well, great. I think we've come to sort of a détente. Go
I mean, look, I attack you, and I have to obey you. So, I mean, if you're feeling unsure about it, just with the gem, order me to not attack your allies.
Okay. Um, help us out through this dungeon. Don't treat my allies as your allies, and we'll do the same. And I further promise see you as soon as it's safe to let you out. And then I'll just like kick the salt. That's what is that what was keeping you here? Is there more I have to do? Oh God, what did I do? Roken. I did something without the rogue checking it out. No.
Well, I can't be blamed.
Core structure collapses as the circle of salt is broken, and like within like a flash moment, that slot is out of the circle, not across the opening, just beeline right for the door where you guys are. Here,
I'll securely pocket shake it.
So hey, squad person, what do you prefer to be called? What's your pronouns?
It
oh, Tim.
Him.
Hi, Tim. I'm Roken.
I feel like
Nice
it
to meet
loses
you.
some. I'm Wayne. This is the lunatic. Our honored companion, Keshma the Dow. Been neighbors for a while. I don't know if you've ever gotten a chance to talk.
Really? And they begin conversing amongst themselves. I mean, yeah, I was just over there. I saw you over there. Oh, I thought it was a decorative bottle. Living in there? Isn't it kind of how they stick you in there? It's tiny.
They can bond over their mutual entrapment 30 feet away from each other.
It looks up you. We're in that. No. Anyway. And they have their conversations.
Oh, Tim, what's in the sarcophagus? Guard.
I believe that the sarcophagus is the Nangang,
Oh, it's
one of the trickster gods, as my understanding, at least.
Any traps or anything?
My understanding is that this whole place is woven with magic, even just the walls themselves. Wish I had that kind of power. I wonder if I'd get that power if I ate pieces. We should open that up and I'll try eating it. Maybe that'll make. Yeah, let's try that. And it walks over the sarcophagus.
Well, let's have a rogue check it out first, just so it doesn't blow up in your face.
Yeah. I'll
All right.
help from my fox here. 27.
All right. So, investigating the sarcophagus, we see across it that arranged on top, we have these 12 painted wooden statuettes. They're statuettes of Grung. They look kind of cute, but like worthless little whittlings. You don't see any kind of physical trappings, mechanisms, or catches. It does not seem to be trapped.
All right, we're good.
Great. Hey Tim, if you want to eat the lid, you can go ahead. Lift it up and off and go for it. Said you were going to eat
Hey,
pieces of the sarcophagus, right?
Well, you see him do some kind of spell casting. No, there's no magic here or here. Brushes aside those wooden carvings and flicks them across the floor. But maybe maybe inside, yeah? And kind of like
hey,
moves.
hey, let's check with the trickster gods. Hey, Moa, what do you think of this Ngong Grung god character? What about you other two? You got any strong opinions about this particular one?
Well, they kind of babble on about, various musings of their type. They don't really have a whole lot to actually contribute or say about the subject.
So, do we want this to go in Alex or Wayne? Do you have one? You
No.
have one. Did the lunatic get one?
And
Yes,
Tim, he opens
Azaka.
the sarcophagus and shoves it aside. Kind of makes the heave. Oh, there we go. There's some magic in here.
All
I
right.
think I'm gonna eat it.
Hold on. Before you do, there is Zaka. Do you want to try?
Mhm.
Well, I mean, if you want to
Tell me.
open it, go ahead and do that. We need what's inside.
Amongst the things inside, there is a skull, some bones of a grung, and you see some kind of potion. Looks like a small egg-shaped something, and an urn which pointed at Tim. Tim's like, these are each magic. And the urn has enchantment.
Hmm.
I mean, Tim, are you okay with the risk of being inhabited by a trickster god?
Well, if we're talking about being inhabited by a trickster god, that sounds interesting. I mean, I have spent my all of my life thinking about how important I am and how I'm the most important thing there is, and how I can attain more magical power within me. So how can I say no to inviting a god within me? That's gonna be a bunch of magical power, right? Oh yeah, that's
I'll just tell you, as someone who's done it, I mean, it's a little kick, but it's not like didn't didn't turn me into a
oh
new being. Or
it would be foolish to assume anyone act would end one's journey in greatness. This is but merely a step.
what do we think? So, should we let him eat the urn you want to eat?
Yeah, it's fine with me.
I mean, it's not so much consuming like chewing. I mean, let's see if I can break its power for myself, but gotta at least open it up first, right?
Yeah. You know what? I think the urn. Go for it. Unless we think that there's something. Yeah.
Yeah, go for it.
Show us what you can do.
All right. He smiles and is like, "Here we go. I'll show you the powers of Tim." And he reaches down and grabs that urn. And with that, there's an obvious magical effect that discharges from this urn into Tim. And
Good.
we see Tim's dancing.
Well, good for Tim.
Is it good news, Tim? I did you get the spirit? Is it you got the spirit in your feet?
And there's some dancing and a look of concentration on his face, and he's like, "Don't want to dance, but must dance. It hurts." Ah. And he kind of has like one big eye for a minute, and then begins doing the series of shuffles that is Otto's irresistible dance. I'm reminded of a certain Looney Tunes cartoon now, where the frog does the singing and dancing. Can't not dance.
So I'm assuming with
And
an Arcana check, Chippy would recognize this particular spell, right? I rolled 27 on Arcana.
so you recognize both that there was some sort of enchantment effect that goes off, and with that kind of arcana, the effects do very much seem like Otto's irresistible dance, which you understand both makes you dance, but also does psychic damage. And now the tomb is taking out its own monsters. Wee! And
Guidance doesn't help with saves. Shoot. Oh, resistance does. The lunatic will give him resistance.
I don't want to dance anymore. Stop it. And then, he stands, and the resistance is a
D4.
advantage?
I just rolled it. It's like guidance,
plus
but for
one.
saves.
Gotcha.
Well, I mean, it only lasts a minute.
Resistance takes hold, and you see, Tim catch his breath and stop for a minute. Okay.
Okay, I guess we're gonna let our rogue check out all the loot as well. Sorry about that, Tim.
Well, I mean, there's other too. I knew it had magic. I just didn't know it would grab me like that.
I didn't have moves like that.
The dance of Tim is great. I am great.
I like your.
Is that magic?
I like your confidence, Tim.
So with that Arcana check, you also recognize that a Dispel Magic would put it into this.
Yeah, well, I mean, the resistance didn't work, but I mean, did work. But I mean, really, I mean, it only lasts a minute.
Okay. So, he has the resistance, yeah, and he escapes. And he's like, so the aura remains. Oh, and that potion, that's actually a potion of poison. Even though it says Supreme Healing on it. He points at it, right? It's the Supreme Healing tag. No, that's a poison. Whoever did that's a jerk.
Hey, that's useful info. Thank you.
Bunch of real dick.
And picks up one of the pieces. This grung egg. That's a pearl power right there. Wants that.
Ooh, if only I had another attunement slot.
Yeah, that's my problem too. I already have one.
And of course, the enchantment on the urn remains. So it's just going to keep doing that.
Which one? Which one do we? Who wants this spirit in them? I mean, we still have to find. Usually, we have to touch a thing. If I had to guess, I would say it's the grung egg, given who this one is, and it seems like little wooden froggy figures, even stuck.
Oh no, I already have it. Says Tim.
Oh, you got the spirit?
I do. Before, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's in here now.
Oh, okay. Thanks for the heads up. How is it?
Well, I mean, we talked about it beforehand, right? So, I mean, it says.
Yeah, tell us about it. What's its name? What power did he get? What's the flaw?
Its name is Ngang. Yeah, Ngang. Interesting. And you're gonna help me? Yeah, sure, you will help me. And Tim has a one-sided conversation out loud. Oh, you mean I don't have to speak out loud for you to hear me? It's weird.
Yeah, we're all in that club. Get it.
Hey, what superpower did he get? What will Ngang help you do?
Right. Well, first off, I don't really have to share that. So, you can take note of that.
Okay.
But also, Tim then proceeds to walk over to the wall and then up the wall and across the ceiling. Yeah, that's new. See? Playing power all the time. It's
Oh,
Tim's
cool.
day.
That's
What about the do you have any weird new like urges or addictions or something that you just feel like doing that's maybe not so pleasant? That's
Not
more
anything
like
I
a
have to share with you.
I mean,
Make sure I'm not seeing
technically
a pattern here, Tim.
you're not real good at playing with others, are you, in a friendly sort of mutually beneficial way?
Mutual? I mean, why would I work with others? I mean, I have to work for others right now. I mean, you got the thing in my brain. Kind of can't say no.
Yeah. And thanks for that, Tim. We appreciate it.
But it's been a good day. I know God inside me and more powers. Yes. We should do this more often. You want to hang out
This
tomorrow?
guy this guy's irritating.
We might be hanging out for a while, Tim, so glad you're. Um, we should probably keep moving before. I mean, eventually they're gonna send a mob at, unless they learn their lesson.
Ooh. Why doesn't Tim eat the grung egg? Maybe that'll have some calories.
Yeah, or
It's
I
a
mean,
pearl. It's a pearl of power. I mean, I gladly use it.
Alex is a spellcaster. With that, is she all topped up for attunement?
Yeah, but maybe if somebody wants to swap their attunements, we can do that when we take our next long rest, right?
Or short.
Short rest.
I feel like it's not urgent.
At this point, Dao has finished squeezing into this room. I don't know why these corridors so tight. What's going on with this? So where to next? Says Kajma.
Through the map here. So I scoped out this giant demon face thing from a distance, but I don't think we actually like looked at it, right?
Say that last part again.
I don't think we actually checked it out, right? That was one of the ones that I was able to get a beat on through just for like dark vision from a distance.
Oh, the up here and up here.
Yeah, the very far north. I remember the spirits told us
You got
that
peek
this
down
was
that way, but didn't because he got.
Yeah, we got the tip that one of them was a decoy, but we just hadn't checked out the devil face yet.
Things you'd seen in the distance, but had not yet checked out.
Hey, looking around the room, is there like a little hole or something over here in the north end?
So show me. I'm so sorry. Just one moment.
Here.
You get one step
Yeah.
out, you can then lose all your places. All right, here we go. Ping for me. Nice. So, having taken a look inside the sarcophagus, I'll give you guys a chance to do both a perception and investigate into the room itself, right? And get a good idea of what's going on.
Was that investigate, Wayne?
Perception.
So there seems to be a kind of crawl space. I would call it like a small it does lead off into, I would say, darkness, but also a bend. It goes downward.
Just for fun, Alex is going to fly invisible in there. Does she fit? I mean, being 11 inches tall?
Indeed. She does. And you ascend down space. And coming down into this space essentially puts you down in here. We did see there was something off in the distance. I can give you the overview now. Coming back to one moment. Wayne's perception. Looking over the room here. Aside from the noted treasures, and sarcophagus, salt pillar, warding, and escape tunnel, the room doesn't have anything else of interest that stands out, including secret doors or hidden bits.
Okay.
Having in this more thorough examination. Clear. For place, having descended into this other room here, you get to something that stands out as a little different than the rest of the space. This was like musty old, and you come to this room and get a sip of wine. And there's a showered marble floor and a gilded coffin that's been seems to be like sunlight shining directly on. There's a vaulted tall ceiling, seem to be foot high arches overhead. And at each of these corners are four gargoyles form is what you have just come from.
All right, she's gonna go fly back and tell everybody.
The other piece to add is that no, we had that input earlier, right? That didn't look great. Didn't match the motif of any of the spirit gods.
Is anybody else having trouble understanding Shregon? Your voice is kind of breaking up for me.
Yeah.
That last bit broke up a bit. Yeah.
My apologies.
Better.
That we had it earlier. None of the symbolism on this matched the trickster gods pantheon.
Oh. If only somebody could read runes right now, then maybe they could interpret it and see what it was all about. How narrow is that crawl space? Too big, too small for a large creature, huh?
You could
This
just read the
one
images
here,
out of her.
I mean, I guess she.
You do know there are the other entrance, like open door here, that hallway. And with Zaka says, perhaps we should check to the north or the east. And she steps out to the balcony and the stairway. The slot is following you, Wayne.
Cool. Make a point to scope down hallway to the side with the fountain. Just make sure none of those dwarves feeling feisty.
Okay. It does seem that the work continues from the workshop, but they have not come out of this door. This door is closed, though.
Wait, did you say this door?
Correct. The one that you guys rested in overnight?
Yeah.
Fired to the death. Yeah. It is conspicuously different. It's closed.
I don't love that.
I'm gonna risk it. I'll go ahead and I'm gonna stealth over there. Have they replaced the torch?
Yep.
Yep, I will I will fly there stealthily.
Okay.
Listen at the door, the peephole.
Gotcha. Go ahead and give me that perception check.
And technically advantage if something inside is my is undead.
Nothing inside
Okay.
this office. There does continue to be the sound of at least 3 different humanoids in here doing stuff. Tools,
Right.
walking, clinking, clanking, bubbling, brewing, hammering, the stuff.
I will take my small steel mirror, slide it stealthily under the door, just take just give a little sweep around and see like the room is lit, if things have been repaired, if somebody's in there.
Okay. So it is like locked in here, right? It's closed and locked.
Sorry, you broke up again there. One more time.
You mentioned that the door is closed. You're trying to open it.
No. I'm sliding a small steel mirror underneath the door.
Okay. Take a look right side. It is a burned desk. It looks like not intended at some point. Someone intervened in the fire.
I'll rejoin the group. I was checking to see if he was back in his office.
Oh, okay.
Hey, let's go check out this other tomb. There's some runes in here that don't look like the other, like the trickster god stuff. And then we can go. I don't know. I assume we're gonna keep crawling down.
Yeah, we have a couple of options of which way to take. There's still the waterfall up at the top level. No, I just don't want to take the big spiral staircase in the middle. That just seems like into back toward the workshop there was a spiral staircase too. And that, I mean, that seems like, the back, back carnival where everybody has, it not really part of the show.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like popping out backstage would be better than, going through the front gate. But there is that room to the north also.
Yeah, let's just check these things out real quick. Make sure they're not going to bite
mention
us.
these things. There's a series of loud clanking steps as a skeleton dashes from this north room and across this hallway here and into this hallway. As it goes into this hallway, it does the run up, jumps to the wall and starts doing the wall running along the wall and then on the underside of the ceiling inside. We can go ahead and do initiative to respond to the the critter there. But being that it is only one, I think we're more narrative territory here. So you shoot it down as it runs past.
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and give me some rolls there? Give me an attack and damage roll. What that looks like.
Yep.
Zod will off a shot too.
Am I attacking from stealth?
There is hiding here. This was so yeah, he'd be in the cell.
Didn't do the sharpshooter.
All right.
So that's going to be a 30 to hit.
That certainly is a bunch. Probably enough. Nope, sorry. A 30 is not gonna hit that AC. A series of attacks come out between Wayne and Azka.
Do 36 damage, 29 damage, and 32 damage.
And as these bones make it onto the, run up onto this wall and around the corner, they, get hit by the series of arrows from the two of you and collapse into a pile of bones.
We'll go retrieve the. Does it have a weird head shape? Is it one of those bones?
It has a square.
Okay. The last one was triangle.
It indeed.
All right. I will.
You have a second one now.
Collect the head. Withers told us that these are keys.
Mm-hmm.
Go back.
Well, it came from north and it was heading east. So, I don't know, maybe we should go east? See where it was headed?
Yeah, that was the place we wanted to take a look at anyway.
Okay. Which one next here? East?
Yeah, let's let Roken lead.
Okay. So put us over here, right?
Yeah.
Do I see anything?
So we make a investigation here, and you do not see any obvious traps as you approach. You get to this intersection here, and the corridors that's in like the north and the south seem to like curve upward, like out of sight. and you do see, of course, some kind of humanoid creature.
Some kind of humanoid creature, and do I know if it's what position it's in?
It is laying on the ground, although the ground kind of has this like bowl shape that you eventually can't see.
Oh, there's something over there.
It's a curve that then goes up out of sight, both to the north and to the south.
I will go over there a little closer to investigate.
All right. And you can make your investigation. And about 10 feet behind Tim's, like, this area seems to have some transmutation magics. Pretty neat stuff.
Nice. I got a 16 on that. Oh, wait, I don't want wait, investigation? That's actually, it would be a 21, because I got the minimum 10.
Okay. So you make your steps to the north and you find that as this corridor curves, it has a slightly disorienting shift in what is down, and down follows the wall along the curve, and so now your feet on the wall ground, down up.
Oh,
This
dang
is
it.
confusing,
Wasn't supposed to pet it.
but this seems to complete the circle all the way around. Additionally, you push this humanoid corpse and see it looks half human, half goat.
Half human, half goat?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm...
Has that very distinctive look of I've had the life sucked out of me by whites.
Ah.
Does it look like our barbarian friends, sort of?
No.
Does they have any loot? Loot that body.
Loot that body. Go over. You see that he does have a backpack. You got an adventurer's kit in there. Seems to have some books, journals.
I'll grab his bag and not really look through it right now. For like else. Sounds like there's something that's gonna blow up.
So it's not a satyr?
You also find a magical ink pot and a spell book with some spells. And this definitely seems to be a magical item. The staff with
Nice.
the goat head on the end. So, a fallen adventurer. He has a journal.
I'll flip through the last few pages that he wrote.
Okay. Just a second here. I think it is this here. Yes. Boop. To those who find this, know that I, Devlin Bashir, am the last surviving member of the Company of the Yellow Banner. The warlord Ross Nasi stripped us of our weapons and threw us in here, honors of his master Asarak. I can only imagine our souls would be fed to his phylactery. Alas, it seems he has won. Our company was separated after the incident with the four-armed gargoyle. Tomb Guardians tore seaward to pieces, and with him, we lost the Starfallen. Quest was a failure. Even if we'd found the eye, the elf princess was gone. My friends wouldn't have lasted long without their weapons, especially with a doppelganger in our midst, as Seth suspected. Of course, I kept my staff. I'm sure Brixton would have seen humor in that. Gentle reader, let Diane offer you one piece of advice. Asarak is a trickster who desires nothing but your soul. His words may help you, but in the end, his final secret always leads to your doom. Timora, save us all.
Well, what a bastard. That's right.
Doppelganger. Wow.
I wonder what the Starfallen.
Right?
And the elf? You don't think that's an elven lich, do you? What if it was not her first time here?
The elf princess, you mean that he mentioned?
Yeah, it's a stretch. Never mind.
Yeah, I mean he's not dressed like a Théoden, right? Well, good find. Other
And that staff is definitely a staff.
Hmm.
Whatever it may be.
probably requires a 2-minute. Either of our new allies need a magic staff.
Light, says Tim. More magic. Man, every day.
Right?
What magic god's power do I get now?
Well, at the very least, it hits things.
Tim makes his way over to the corpse to grab the thing. The voice within Wayne Papazotto said, "You should order the Slod to walk the circle."
Why?
Because he'll do it if you tell him. So there's something about this thing. I'm sure. Couldn't tell you what it was exactly, but I mean, clearly you should have someone else do it before you do. Don't do it with me in here. Look, I've already had my host die twice before. It's like I experienced all of it. It sucks. Don't do it.
Pipe down, you. My spirit says there's something weird about the ring.
That the body's in?
Yeah. Like if
I'm sure there's something weird about every room in here.
but he he thinks someone should go all the way around.
Hmm.
Rope to somebody and
Not it. Okay.
Alex
Tim, there might
says,
be more magic up there. You want a journey of discovery?
Alex says, I don't know, kind of sounds fun. I could do it. I got a roll of string in here somewhere. She starts digging around in her bag of holding.
Works for me.
Yeah, let the Alex do it.
She, of course, is invisible. And so she'll go ahead and unroll a ball of yarn. And so I'm assuming that even though everything she carries is invisible, as she unrolls the yarn, at some point the end of the yarn won't be invisible anymore, right?
It's supposed to be the stuff that you're carrying.
So if I'm carrying the ball, that's invisible. But what if it's like traced out 30, 40 feet behind me? Is it still invisible all the way to the end? All right. She's going to pull out a dagger and cut chunks off of it.
No, I mean mostly the string. It's mostly for a early warning, right? Yank on this to reel me in.
Okay, so she will use stealth and perception and go as fast as I guess just normal movement rate. So that's 30 fly. So how long does it take her to get around the circle?
So you take right here about 40.
Kind of breaking up.
It's about 50 across here. So thing from here, you make it to your edge. This is where it does the curve, right? And it's doing the back overhead. What is your flight speed?
It's 30. So the circumference is pi times diameter, right? Diameter there is
Your traverse
is 50.
4. It's a yeah. So with that, try some more.
You're breaking up too much.
Yeah,
I can't understand you.
Lagging.
I having some error in it. My apologies.
So about 5 rounds of movement, 5 or 6. Perception check.
Somewhere between like 6 and 12 seconds to make your way through. You can make your perception check.
26.
So you make a
Still lagging, I'm afraid. Is this what the ring does? Is this what happens? Is it loses our connection to the GM?
there it is.
That is a devious trap.
As you make your way around, you get that. I mean, as a creature naturally in flight, you have a better 3D sense, right?
No, we got no. Sorry, man. Maybe you try to cut your video.
Yeah, I can see it. It's my Discord. It's going green red. I mean, I don't know what's up with that, but here we are.
Maybe the game's like it's almost 9 o'clock. I'm done. Or the computer
wants to give up. Here, I'll give you this last piece here. Hopefully, a creature of you
We'll give you this last piece here, and then immediately
and
chopped
it's
out.
now full green, and I'll use that to say goodnight, folks. We're having some technical difficulties, and while I have a good connection, I'll say goodnight, and we'll pick it up next week.
Good night.
What a cliffhanger! Bye, everybody.
Bye.